My name is Manny Caulk, and as the serving superintendent for the Fayette County Public Schools, I am committed to bringing employees, families, and members of our community together to work for the good of all students. To help answer your questions and provide additional ways of sharing information with our families, staff, and community at large, we are launching a weekly video program called Talks with Caulk. With each episode, I will share news from across our district and highlight information that you need to know about upcoming dates, important events, or frequently asked questions we receive. Students, families, and employees across our community have questions about what the rest of our school year would look like. School and district leaders have been working diligently to create and vet plans in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, with the ultimate goal of getting students back into the classroom safely. As part of these conversations, we are partnering with the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department to monitor the spread of COVID-19 in our community and weighing the state's recommended guidance for school reopening. In this episode, we are going to review the decision-making timeline for returning to in-person learning, explain what we mean when we use the term targeted services, and review the new state requirement for reporting COVID-19 cases. Now, pending board approval of specific plans on or before October 12th, we are looking to start providing targeted services for small groups of students, beginning with the elementary level the week of October 19th. We would phase in those services at the middle and high school levels in subsequent weeks. So what exactly are targeted services? Targeted services will largely be defined by individual schools, but could include activities such as evaluation, necessary hands-on experience, such as career and technical education, mental health or academic counseling, or targeted remediation or tutoring. During the implementation of targeted services, all safety expectations and best practices for Kentucky schools will be followed, including social distancing, temperature checks, and mask requirements. We will operate with reduced numbers of people in the building, no more than 15% of the student capacity, with 15 or fewer people in a classroom, and sessions no longer than 2 hours. School leaders and staff members are actively working on their plans at this time and will share additional details as soon as they are available. Schools are also developing plans for board approval on or before October 26, with an eye toward a possible return to in-person instruction with a hybrid model phasing in at the elementary level, beginning the week of November 2nd. Under the hybrid model, students will be divided into two demographically diverse groups. One group of students will go to school on Mondays and Tuesdays, and the other group of students will go to school on Thursdays and Fridays. On days they are not on campus, students will continue with remote learning. On Wednesdays, schools will be deep cleaned. Now, every effort will be made to assign families to the same cohort to provide continuity for each household. To help schools make plans for a safe transition, families will receive a registration link where they can indicate a preference between hybrid instruction or remote learning for their children, which will look different than our current NTI 2DL offerings. Either choice may require a change of teacher or class schedule. We need to know which instructional program you would choose for each of your children. The survey will take fewer than 2 minutes to complete, and we ask that you complete the questions once for each child you have enrolled in Fayette County Public Schools this school year. Families will receive the invitation to complete via email. If you don't receive the survey in your inbox, please email fayette@k12insight.com or call your child's school. Our principals and supervisors will also be asking Fayette County Public Schools employees, including teachers and support staff, about their individual preferences as we consider a possible return to face-to-face instruction using a hybrid model. Our educators have been doing amazing work to provide exceptional learning opportunities to students across our district during the NTI 2DL. We appreciate their diligence and commitment to quality education. Their input into this transition process is an imperative. Once we have gathered this information from families and staff members, we'll be able to develop a more detailed plan for hybrid instruction and remote learning. Our top priority is the safety of our students and staff, and although we have set target dates for each phase, I want everyone to recognize that we don't make the timeline. The virus sets the timeline, and we will only implement plans if conditions are safe. As we continue through the planning process, we will provide additional details to you through email and this Talks with Caulk program. As we work toward the common goal of safely and responsibly returning students to in-person learning, we understand the importance of accurate and timely reporting of positive COVID-19 cases among our Fayette County Public Schools students and staff members. A new emergency order from the state now requires all families to report if their child tests positive for COVID-19 within 24 hours of receiving the test results. Now, Fayette County Public Schools is then required to report our number of positive cases and number of those in quarantine to the state. We have established a COVID-19 reporting team to collect all the information confidentially. If your child or a staff member tests positive for COVID-19, you can notify the district in one of three ways. First, you can call 859-381-FCPS, 859-381-3277. You can email your name and phone number to covid19@fayette.kyschools.us or complete the online form at www.fcps.net/COVID-19. This reporting step must be taken whether we are learning virtually or back on campus. With your help, we can continue to report accurate numbers to the state, which also helps us make the best decisions for our district. As we all navigate this changed landscape for education, we will continue to communicate important details with you. Please be sure to check your email for messages and also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram in order to stay up to date on decisions being made for our schools. I thank you for your support as we each work together for the good of all students. While our typical routines may be disrupted, our commitment to the support of each student remains resolute. I look forward to connecting with you during the next Talks with Caulk. Thank you, and we are better together.